Hello, coming to you following the verdict of the Kleiman Wright trial. Today, on Monday, December 6th, the jury found effectively that Craig Wright was not owed any damages to the Dave Kleiman estate. So this is a resounding win for Craig. Although they did find that he owes $100 million to an entity called W&K Info Defense. Right now, Craig claims that that entity is fully owned by himself and his ex-wife. That is in dispute from our understanding of this with limited information compared to Craig. We think it is likely that him and his wife fully own this entity. So this likely settlement is him transferring $100 million from an existing entity or for himself personally to an entity that he in part or largely owns. So this is quite good for Craig. Now, what does this mean for Unbounded Capital? Well, a lot of our strategy, specifically one of our funds that bought deep out of the money calls on Bitcoin SV with relatively short expiries. This is not a particularly promising outcome, especially coupled with some of Craig's Slack messages that you can find in the blog post accompanying this video. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a link for that in the notes. As Craig is saying, he will not be really doing anything or revealing any plans until next year. Already today, we have seen some very positive price action for BSV, and that hasn't really abated in a meaningful way in the 5 or so hours since the verdict. We, don't have a strong point of view on how that will change over the coming hours and days, but it's clear there's been some type of, trial win bump. We'll see if that kind of stabilizes and lasts or keep going or potentially goes back down to, where it was beforehand. We definitely think that now the probability of Craig, moving some of his Bitcoin in the near term, but not so much the next few weeks, is much higher. But the probability of him doing anything now seems to be a fair bit lower based on his Slack messages. So we still think that there's, at kind of all times meaningful risk to being in the crypto markets, given this, what a lot of people will call a black swan event. What we see as like something that is more likely than not to happen over a multi-year time horizon of Craig signing keys or moving some of the Bitcoins that he owns. But, for now, thanks for tuning in to this and potentially some of our other videos and coverage of the trial. We're now going to get back to focus on, building and supporting the entrepreneurs that are building in the BSV ecosystem. And, perhaps there'll be a notable Craig trial that we do this type of coverage for in the future. But for now, thanks for tuning in and have a great day and wonderful holiday season. Thank you.